It is day 3 of my fruit fast. And while I was already in a furnace of transformation, God has sent me a reflective flame. Whose heat and profundity has amplified and accelerated the call and the need for that transformation. In an answer to my prayers. The details of this furnace, of this fire, I'm not yet ready to divulge. But what I will say is that it has been confirmed that I'm not alone in the facing of the collective shadows, especially prevalent within the New Age, but all collective shadows of all of these hell realms which try to impose themselves upon our glorious earth. Such that I've been reminded by a true warrior of light and truth and freedom that navigating such darkness and depth which most refuse to feel, which most will pretend doesn't exist, will create little bubbles to isolate themselves and protect themselves from the truth of the scarcity and the poverty and the pain and the evil and the misalignment and the illusion and the falsity which are prevalent within the world and which are trying to confine and imprison our reality. It is the role of some of us as beings of truth and light and freedom, as children of God and as angels of His divine grace and of His goddess, Mother Earth. We step into this realm specifically to peer into the eyes of that darkness, to understand the roots of that darkness. Of that misalignment. Of that disconnection. To understand it, but also to shine the light of awareness upon it so that it may be healed as within by way of feeling, as without also by way of feeling, fueled into action, which recalibrates. Oh no. A bottle of coca-cola, which is present on the property on which I'm staying, has expressed its presence on the staircase next to me. Interestingly, I did not know that this was going to go this way. When I first arrived to one of the villages here in Guatemala, I have a pair of friends from Ashland who I knew were in Guatemala. And as I'm arriving in the bus, I'm like, I wonder if I'll run into them here. about 5 minutes after getting off the bus, they walk right up and they're like, "Oh my God, is that Carl?" And apparently I had been in their field as well. So there's magic there. What that has to do with Coca-Cola is that one of these friends was admitting that she had been drinking the Coca-Cola in the glass bottle, which uses sugar instead of corn syrup. And there was a subtle invitation there that was like, "Do you want to try Coca-Cola?" And then there was this part of me that was like, maybe I'll have a little Coca-Cola. And then this like wise, higher self version of me was like, hold on, fuck no. Drinking the Coca-Cola is like drinking a spell-casted potion of consent to the capitalistic confinement of all of these indigenous peoples here. To drink the Coca-Cola, to drink the nectar of falsity that Coca-Cola is to enter into a spellbinding contract on behalf of all of these peoples, all of this magnificent land, these volcanic lands, the lake itself, and to say, I am in consent with the potion of falsity flowing here, with the potion of falsity being in symbiotic enmeshment with the bodies which walk and wander upon these lands. To drink in that potion of falsity and to let it ripple out from the microcosm of our being into the macrocosm of the rippling communities that surround the lake and the earth. And that is what Coca-Cola is. That is why it's so ubiquitous all over the earth. It is just like liquid death that's now all over the stores. It is an elixir, a potion of falsity, which unconsciously weaves consent with the false order for which it stands in all beings who drink it. Keone Hanalei, I believe his name is, Pohala Hawaiian Botanicals. I'm calling you out. I'm sorry. Please stop drinking the poison. And anyone who's seeing this, I have a feeling another brother who's watching this might very well be drinking some of that fluid. Eat fruit. Now, where was I going with this? The Coca-Cola bottle apparently wanted to be... I won't show it. Drink not the elixirs of falsity, and be not in consent with things that are false. And when there are things that are false with which you are in consent, shine the light of awareness upon them. Ask yourself, why am I in consent with this? Why am I in reciprocal exchange with systems of deceit? Does some part of me believe that I am reliant upon that? Does some part of me believe that I must, of necessity, for my life, be in reciprocal exchange with this network of deceit? Shine the light of awareness upon the place within your body in the form of a tension, in the form of a trauma, in the form of a wound, in the form of a pain, whatever it might be, within your mind, perhaps within your soul. What part of you believes that you need to be in consent with something that is false? What part of you believes that you need to be in consent with something that is deceitful? What part of you believes that these things are necessary for your livelihood? And then clear them from your field. Shine the light of awareness upon it. Understand where the root comes from, where the root is located, and then either hold that part of yourself with love and compassion and melt the rootedness of darkness with love, or use the fiery flame of your willpower to revoke that consent and to revoke and melt away and burn away with a searing flame of love the place in which deceit, falsity, and delusion and illusion can thrive. If you are in a process of drinking coca-cola, of eating fast food, of eating seed oils, of eating unhealthy food, whatever it might be, and maybe you've been catching yourself in a cycle like I did a few weeks back of allowing yourself to slip and eat unhealthily, make a devoted choice and commitment to purify your vessel, whether that be with fasting, with a fruit fast, with a some other kind of dietary protocol, and then cleanse your body and mesh the cleansing of that body with your choice, with your willpower, with the essence of your being and your soul, and then witness the effects of that purification upon your body. How do you feel? What messages will come through you in that process? I am in day 3 of the fruit fast. Coca-Cola presents himself. I say, you are the enemy. You are hereby dissolved and banished from my microcosmic being and from the ripples which I emanate in the purification which I have chosen to embody here and now in this flame of devotion. I'm going to return to the question of the shadow and of the new age and of the deceit. Love and light and peace and freedom and kumbaya, while they have their place, and bless the souls who pour their medicine into these places, there is truth and medicine to be found there. But these things can only go so far if and when they refuse to face individual and collective shadows and the evils of this world. Not only that, but if they refuse to face these shadows, if they choose to live in La La Land that ignores the fact that these shadows are there and are real and are screaming to be seen, not only are they avoiding the facing of those shadows and the evils, but they're actually perpetuating the existence of those systems and simultaneously becoming complicit in their being and distorting the very love and light which they are intentionally trying to weave into world. Does that make sense? This truth is real as within, so without. This truth is real if you find yourself proclaiming that you are a warrior of love and light and freedom and peace and eternity and God, but you are not facing the places in which God is being disowned and disavowed within your being, then those shadows are festering within the reality rippling generating field of your reality, of your body. Your body generates reality, is an emanation of reality. And if you do not, in your intentions of pouring love and light and truth and devotion and reclamation of sovereignty within your being, pouring that out into the world, if you do not face your shadows and purify your being from within, then there's going to be a misalignment still present within your emanations. And thus they are going to be present within the reflections of your reality. Do you understand? And what I'm realizing in saying this, holy shit, is that I've come to Guatemala to witness just that. That I have been in these proclamations of divine freedom and alignment with God and devotion. And then I waltz on into Guatemala and I see destruction, pollution, desperation, despair, shadow. And not just Guatemala, everywhere that I've been going, screaming at me, being like, this is your reality generation field, brother. For something within my perception has been attuned, particularly to these forms of scarcity, in order that I may witness them and shine the light of awareness upon them in order to melt them away with love. How to melt away those patterns, those wounds, those traumas, those imbalances with love. One must choose it without hesitation, without any doubt, without any fear, perhaps with the fear, perhaps with doubt, with the hesitation, but in spite of them all, choose. Face the uncertainties, face the doubts, face the fears. Melt them with the choice of love and of truth and of sovereignty and of freedom and of God and devotion to God, embodied, anchored into this body. Let it be known that I am in the realm of volcanoes, and that one day these volcanoes will erupt, and that every day they're erupting through their human bodies, which come and commune with them. Such that it's not merely I myself who am speaking right now. I myself who am speaking. It is also the volcanoes and the sacred waters of this lake, which are fucking polluted and pretty pissed off about it. And the lands themselves. And the indigenous peoples whose voices I feel are attuned with my body. I have witnessed how a lot of this like anger that I have, a lot of this warrior energy that I have towards the new age fucking people who are just bringing their systems and imposing them upon land that does not belong to them. There's a part of me that is channeling the people who actually live here. I witness it in their eyes, that they're disgruntled at the fact that they have to serve like peasants All of these la la land rainbow warriors of light who believe themselves on high horses of perfection and virtue. That's all. I'm gonna go eat some fruit. Goodbye.